Sorry to interrupt the honourable member.
Well done.
Call Jackie Dean.
Mr. Speaker, the government does not support this member's bill in the name of Ruth Dyson, the Environment Canterbury Democracy Restoration Amendment Bill. Mr. Speaker, the people of Christchurch were badly let down by ECAN. The problem of water allocation around the area which was administered by ECAN was that we had a highly contested resource which in many parts was over-allocated already, with a high demand for more allocation. And Environment Canterbury utterly failed in their duties to meet their responsibilities. So much so that Environment Minister of the time, Nick Smith, made the wise and brave decision to appoint commissioners in their stead. Environment Canterbury had 19 years to develop a water plan, and they didn't do that. And so what was happening in Canterbury was that water allocation decisions were being made in a policy vacuum. And a policy vacuum is not a good method to deal with an important resource. And I'm mindful of the debate in the previous bill where members across the House were decrying the use of Schedule 4, potentially land for mining, and seem to be fixated on bringing in more regulation and legislation around that, and yet they seem to be perfectly comfortable with the fact that there was a policy vacuum in Environment Canterbury at the time, which meant that water allocation was being done in a haphazard and unplanned way. There's a bit of an irony in there, which I suspect is lost on members across the House. And so, as the constituency member of Parliament with responsibilities from Geraldine South down to the Waitaki River, I had a number of my constituents who were either looking to renew their water permits or going for new water allocation permits, who were suffering from an ongoing battle of cost. They would wait for years for ECAN to deal with their allocation requests, or indeed any form of trouble or complaint they had. They would then come to me. Of course, I would ring ECAN or I would write to ECAN, and I too experienced the frustration of trying to get a decent level of service out of ECAN. So it was those failures of not doing their job properly, which led Nick Smith to appoint commissioners to Environment Canterbury. And since then, I am happy to say that the complaints have all but dried up. Of course, no farmer will ever be completely happy with their regional council. That's a bit of a given. But I have to say that the performance of the commissioners has been outstanding. We now have a lot of progress on water management strategy. In fact, more progress has been made not only by the ECAN commissioners but by this national government in 3 years than was made in the entire 9 years of the previous Labor government, when they had the much vaunted water plan of action, which in effect became the water plan of inaction. Well, Mr. Speaker, I have to say that since that time, a lot of progress has been made to the benefit of the people of Canterbury, and that is something which I suspect is lost on those members opposite who are so fixated that they cannot see the wood for the trees. Mr. Speaker, National opposes this member's bill.
I call Eugenie Sage.